Hi, and welcome. My name is Diana, and this is Chair Fitness. Today, we are going to work on stretching and strengthening. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we're going to have a couple more needs than our previous classes. And so I'm going to invite you to use your dining room chair that has a supportive back and is really sturdy. We want something not on wheels. We want some water there with us. We're going to use a supportive floor beneath us. You can have shoes on or shoes off, whatever your preference is today. Additionally, today we're going to use your lighter resistance band. All right, so this could be like something that's your green or yellow typically, just something that's somewhere between about 15 to 30 pounds of resistance. Additionally, you might find you also want to use a dumbbell weight set today. And so I'm going to have you probably grab something that you'd consider to be light, medium, or even have a light and a medium set of dumbbells close by. For me, that's going to be my 5s and my 10-pound dumbbells. Thank you again for joining me. We're going to get started in some seated stretches first. Go ahead and take a seat towards the front edge of your chair. We're going to ground our feet down about hip distance in front of us, and then we're going to cross our right ankle over our left knee, pull our toes back up towards our right shin, and then bring our palm to our knee and our ankle. Sit up really tall through your spine. Tuck your chin back down a bit towards your chest. And then right from the hips, we're going to hinge forward and hold about 3 deep breaths right here. Come back up to that tall spine. I'm going to have you take both hands behind that knee, and we're going to work it through an active stretch. So we're going to pull the knee towards the chest and then spin the thumb mounds around and give that knee a little push down towards the floor. 5 like that. Pull up, feel the stretch deepen, press down and away. Beautiful. Here's 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Bring your palms back to ankle and knee, hinge forward and hold 3 more deep breaths. Come up to your tall spine, release that leg down, crisscross your left ankle over your right knee. Let's go ahead and pull those left toes back up to the shin, palms on ankle and knee, sit up tall, and we're going to take our forward hinge, feeling the stretch through the outside and back of that hip in the glute tissues. Come up tall out of that hinge, wrap both hands around the knee. We're going to lift, pull it in, and press it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bring your hands back to ankle and knee, sit up tall. Chin is down. We're going to take our forward hinge. 3 more deep breaths. Work your way back up to that tall spine. Great job. Release that foot down. Next, we're going to take our seated twist. I think we're going to want our feet coming out to about shoulder distance. Let's take our left hand to the outside of our right thigh. Push your right thigh out into that left hand, and then lengthen your spine up tall. We're going to twist to look over our right shoulder. Take a breath in. Twist a little bit deeper on your exhale. Come back through the midline, take out that right hand, set it on the outside of that left thigh, push the left thigh out. And then that left hand goes behind you as you look over that left shoulder. Breathe in, lengthen your spine to the ceiling. Exhale, take the twist a little bit deeper. Come back through the midline. And now let's bring our arms up to about a 90-degree elbow bend. And we're just going to take 3 or so active twists over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder. Look back behind you. Keep your torso tall. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Release your hands into your lap. You can bring your feet back into a more neutral position. We're going to move through our neck circle. So we'll start by dropping the chin down to our chest. Roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Pause there. Feel the length in the left side of the neck. And then guide your chin back to the midline. Roll off to the left. Feel that length in the right side of the neck. Come back through the midline. Take it to the right. Come back through the midline. Take it to the left. One more each way. Roll to the right. And roll off to the left. This time, come back over to the right and then lift the chin up. Take a full circle as you bring the crown of your head around to the other side and down. This time, move the left ear back to the left shoulder. Lift the chin. Spin around. Come back down. One more each side. Over to the right. Over to the left. Come all the way up tall. Excellent work there. All right, from here, we're going to move to standing. I'm going to have you come off to the side of your chair. We'll start with your right leg. We're going to go ahead and set the heel of that leg up on your chair. You can keep a slight bend in your knee. And then bring your right hand to your right hip. And we're going to hinge just like we did earlier, bringing the torso down towards that thigh. Soften through your shoulders, drop your chin down, and take some deep breaths right here, lengthening behind the hamstring, behind the knee, and possibly all the way into that calf. Work your way back up to a tall spine. And now we're going to twist towards the right. So you can bring your left hand to the outside of that right leg and then open your right arm out to the right. Come back down through the midline, and then we're going to spin the planted foot all the way out to the other side and open up. Press your hips forward as you tuck your tailbone down and under. So now we're stretching the inner thigh and the front of the hip. Bring your body back through the midline. Bring that left toe back to face forward. Hand back to the hip. Go ahead and hinge again over that right leg. Maybe you notice you can go a little bit deeper. Go ahead and come back up to a tall spine. And then it might make the most sense to you to move over to the other side of the chair. We're going to go ahead and bring that left leg up. Soft bend in the knee. Hand on the hip, and we're going to hinge over that leg. Work your way back up to a tall spine, and we're going to start by opening all the way out to the left. You might bring that right hand to the outside of the left thigh, or keep yourself stable by holding onto the chair. Come back through the midline, and then we're going to open that right foot out to the side. Tuck the tailbone, press the hip forward to find the inner thigh stretch there on that left leg. Excellent. Come back to the midline, and we're going to see if we can get a little bit deeper in our hinge. Great job. Beautiful. Come back up to stand. Let's take that foot down. And we're going to work a hinge motion that's active to see what kind of a length we've brought into those hamstrings, hips, and low back. Go ahead and stack your hands on top of each other right in front of your hips. Bring your feet just under your hip distance. And we're going to send our hips back as we bring our palms down really close to the front of our legs. And then come up tall. Squeeze our glutes at the top, okay? Or reaching down towards the floor. Notice if you can maintain a flat back, and then come up tall. We're going to take 10 of those. So that's 2. Slide down and hinge. Pull tall for 3. Here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome work there. We're going to move back into a static stretch for the front of the thighs and the hip flexors. That's our chair quad stretch. So I'm going to have you come to face away from the side of your chair. We're going to set your shin on the chair and then tuck our tailbone and press our hip forward. Tighten up our glutes so that we feel some length in the front of that thigh. Go ahead and bring that leg down. Let's move to the second side of our chair to take our other side. Setting that shin up, tucking the tailbone, pressing the hip forward, and then lengthening the front of that thigh. And release that side down. Great work. We're going to get active in those thighs now. So we're going to come around to the front of our chair. We're going to take our feet about shoulder distance apart, maybe a tiny bit wider. Bring your hands up to your chest. We're going to drive one fist into the palm of the opposite hand. All right, go ahead and hug your elbows down to your rib cage, and we're going to send the hips back, take a seat on that chair, and then press up through the whole sole of each foot to take a full chair squat. Here's 3, 4, 5. We're just getting some of our tissues active for what's to come. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. All right. From here, we're going to move our chair or just spin around the back of your chair if there's some space for you there. And we're going to take a lat stretch. The lats are this big, broad muscle behind and below the armpit. We're going to bring our feet back, and then we're going to send our hips back and press our chest down through our arms, lengthening that musculature behind and below the armpit, as well as some tissues throughout the low back, the hips, and maybe even down through the hamstrings. If you'd like, you can go ahead and wag your dog a little bit here, moving your hips from side to side. For some of us, it feels really nice to bend and extend our knees. Go ahead and move your head with a couple of yeses and some no's. And then walk your feet back in to press up. We're going to take one more active stretch. It's our T-spine rotation, which is our thoracic spine. I'm going to have you come to an all-fours position. 2 of your roots are going to be your palms into the chair. Your other roots are your feet into the floor there. We're going to square the body up. And then we're going to bring our right hand behind the back of our head. And we're going to rotate our elbow down to our left forearm, and then rotate the T-spine, the thoracic spine, up to the ceiling. Here we go, down, and 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, and release. Palms to the chair, press yourself up. Let's come around to the other side so there's space for that moving elbow. Find your roots into the chair and the floor. We'll go ahead and guide that hand behind the nape of the neck, and we're gonna reach across and under, open up to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great moving, folks. Let's go ahead and grab a sip of water. We're going to move into a more active strength portion of our class next. Our first circuit, we're going to take through twice. We're going to take a goblet squat, so we're going to add some load to that chair squat that we took a moment ago. I'm going to have you grab either one of your medium weights right here at your chest by grabbing under the top section of the dumbbell. You could hold it like this by both ends, or if you want to go a little bit heavier, you're going to bring the ends of the weight right up to the front of each of your shoulders. We're going to take our squat stance that we just saw, so feet shoulder distance apart, tighten up through the core, the lats and the ribs, and we're going to take our seat back and press tall through our squat. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Release those medium weights down. Next, we're going to take our hip hinge loaded. Now, if you feel more comfortable taking this weightless, go ahead and set your weights down. If not, go ahead and slide a singular dumbbell across the front of your hips, or you're going to keep both of those weights right across each thigh. And we're going to take our feet just hip distance apart, down into our hip hinge, and pull tall. There's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, friends. Go ahead and set those weights down safely. We're going to grab that lighter resistance band that you've got. We're going to take some wide pulls first, okay? So go ahead and grab your band about 2 feet apart. Your thumbs are towards the midline. We're going to bring our band down so that when we pull it wide, it's going to come right across our clavicles, our shoulder bones. All right? We're going to squeeze the musculature of the back of the shoulders as well as the musculature between the shoulder blades as we open, okay? So 2 feet apart, soft bend in the knees. Here we go. Exhale, pull wide, squeeze the back of the shoulders, and then slowly release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. All right, we're going to slide our hands a little bit wider on our band. Just like we were doing a moment ago, we're going to stretch and put a little bit of tension outward on that band. In that position, we're going to keep tension on the band as we take our arms through a full shoulder circle. There's 10. Keep tension on it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, friends. Go ahead and set that band down. Grab yourself a sip of water. Take a moment of rest. We're going to go ahead and cruise through that circuit of 4 one more time, starting again with our dumbbells at our chest or shoulders for our goblet squat. All right. Go ahead and come up into that grip. Bring yourself over beside the front of that chair. Feet are squat distance, shoulder distance, weight to shoulders, core is tight, lats are engaged. Here we go. Sit back, press tall, squeeze those glutes at the top. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Release those weights down. Take your second grip for your hip hinge. And we're going to inhale down and exhale tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, friends. Set that aside. Grab that light resistance band. We're taking it straight on in front, 2 feet apart. Exhale, pull wide, touch the clavicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Bring the band down in front of the thighs. Take the hands a bit wider. Put tension on the band. Here we go through our banded shoulder circles. Here's 10. Keep that tension on it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Go ahead and release that band down. Grab another sip of water. We're going to finish up with the superset. A teeny bit more for those shoulders and 1 exercise for your core. Let's go ahead and grab, if you grabbed a lighter set and a heavier set, let's go ahead and grab just one of your lighter dumbbells. We're going to take our seat on the chair. It's our starting position. We're going to root down through the soles of our feet, sit up tall spine. One hand can come right to our hip or even across our core center so we can feel that that core is engaged. We're going to bring your hand up by your shoulder with that lighter weight, and we're going to take a rotating shoulder press where you're going to actually turn and look up at your pressing hand if that's comfortable in your neck. All right, here's 3, 4. So this might be your 2-pounder, your 3-pounder, your 5-pounder, maybe even your 10-pounder, okay? 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Go ahead and switch hands. If you liked that hand on the navel center, go ahead and bring it there. And here we go. We're going to rotate up and look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and release that weight down. Great job. Let's set it aside. We want some space around our chair, so I'm going to slide it forward. We're going to come into a movement called a bird dog. We're going to plant our palms down. We're taking our all fours position, so we're rooting through the palms and feet. We're going to float our right leg up behind us, push the heel back. We're going to float the left arm up in front, thumb points up, and then lift the belly button towards the spine. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those limbs down. Send the left leg back. Push the heel away. Float the left arm forward, thumb up, and hold. 5, 4, 3. Get active in your core. 2, 1. Release that side down. Great job. Back to the first side. Fly that leg. Push the heel away. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Second side. Float it up. Reach it long. Core tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release it down. Great work. Let's take our light weight out again. Bring it back up to our shoulder in our seated position. One more set today of each. Hand to the core center if you liked that. Here we go. Exhale on that rotating push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release that down. Switch hands. Bring it up. Core tight. Tall spine. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release it down. Great work. Let's set that aside one more time with our bird dogs. Go ahead and move around to the side of your chair. Plant down into your all fours base. Let's start with right hand, left leg. This time, reach them long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release them down. Second side, push and lengthen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release back to that first side. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take it down. Second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take one more on each side. First side, lengthen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second side, take it down. Float it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down, my friends. Curl up one vertebrae stacks at a time. Relax those shoulder blades down and back. Great work. Let's reach one arm overhead. Bend at the elbow. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Great work today. So that was chair fitness. That was our strengthening and lengthening section today. I hope that that felt really good in your body. If you had any questions that came up, go ahead and send me an email. It's diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. Let me know if there's ways that we can play around with making all of those exercises feel more suitable to your body. I will see you again soon in either another class or your personal training workout. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.